Yo, what is good everybody? Welcome back to another Minimal Mondays. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the newly released Gradient collection, which is an updated and modern take on timeless wardrobe staples characterized by cutting-edge silhouettes and brand new washes. Trust me when I say this is a collection you don't want to miss out on. And as always, I will be providing links in the description to where you can shop all of these garments in the description below. Now, just before we jump into it, I did want to encourage you to go ahead and like today's video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on. This is going to be the best way to communicate to us to keep this style of content coming, where we go ahead and review all of the latest garments that drop on the website. But now, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the Gradient collection. To go ahead and start things off, we have the side cargo sweatpants, which are made from a high quality brushed fleece cotton fabric and have a fantastic weight to them. This is great because they do feature amazing structure, which is reinforced by the many cargo pocket bags found all throughout. These exaggerated pocket bags allow for a ton of utility and practicality for storing anything you have on you. They are finished with a vintage wash, allowing for an aged and faded outlook, but in addition to that, it improves overall softness and hand feel. Here I am wearing a size small, and for reference, my waist size is a 30, I'm 5'7", weigh about 170 pounds. They fit pretty baggy, which is the intention, so go ahead and go true to size to achieve this intended fit. One thing that I did want to specify is I did make a few alterations to these pants, cutting them just a touch shorter to have them break perfectly at the sneaker. The top that I do have on with the sweatpants is known as the tight crop tee and is also part of the Gradient collection. The tight crop tee is so accurately named as it does feature a smaller silhouette throughout and is comparable to that of like a vintage shrunken tee. It is made from a garment dyed cotton that leans more into that vintage aesthetic. Other than that, the details do include a rib neck collar and raglan shoulder sleeve stitching as additional design elements. Now, sizing for this tee can be a little bit tricky, but I'm gonna do my best to go ahead and illustrate to you and be as clear as possible what I personally recommend with regard to sizing. My true size is a medium, which I do have on here, and it is cut to fit very tightly and very cropped, just as entailed in its name. However, I did go ahead and order a size large, which is in addition to my medium and one size up from my typical size. And while the size large does allow for a little bit more ample room, just making the shirt a little bit more comfortable throughout and adding additional mobility, that does not sacrifice the overall crop nature and tighter fit of the shirt. And so for that reason, my preference is to go ahead and go one size up. Now, bear in mind, I don't think this is the intended fit for this specific piece. It's just I personally prefer to have it be a little bit more comfortable rather than electing to go for intended fit, if that makes sense. This next piece is known as the full zip hoodie. The full zip hoodie is designed from a garment wash brush fleece. It's got a fantastic weight to it and a ton of structure, and is equipped with a T8 metal zipper that extends all the way through to the top of the hoodie, which allows you to do this. Now, while the full zip hoodie does feature all of these really nice attributes, my favorite characteristic has to be how it fits. This piece does fit very boxy, very wide, and does have a nice crop to it, very complimentary to those of you who want to accentuate the length of the legs while maintaining an overall very comfortable and cozy fit. I went with my true to size, which is typically a medium, and it fits just as intended. So that is actually my personal recommendation, to take your true size when it comes to this zip up hoodie. I think you guys will really love the result. So be sure to go ahead and check that out. And as I mentioned, I will be providing a link to it in the description below. Next up, we have quite possibly the most practical item of the bunch. This piece is going to be very nicely designed, but is easily being capable of being worn on a daily basis, as it is pretty minimal in nature, at least as it pertains to design, but does feature a fantastic silhouette. These are the ultra baggy sweatpants. The ultra baggy heavy fleece sweatpants are designed with a very baggy fit throughout and feature an elasticized self waist, tonal drawstrings, and a standard hem at the leg opening. The cotton used on this pair is extremely soft, and due to the fact that the silhouette is cut the way that it is, this makes for an incredibly cozy pair of sweatpants. Here I am wearing a size small, and my waist size is a 30, and I find that they fit perfect, fitting very relaxed all the way through the thigh to the knee and finishing down to the ankle. And it has actually a really long rise to it, giving you ample room in the sweatpants. Again, I did make an alteration to them by cutting them just a little bit shorter to allow them to break right at the sneaker. This is just personal preference for me rather than having them stack and kind of drag. Next, from the Gradient collection, we have the long sleeve tee. The long sleeve tee does feature a relaxed fit, drop shoulder design, and standard hem details at the wrist, a raw edge collar, and a raw edge opening at the bottom. It is sent through our wash house to undergo our custom wash protocol, giving this tee a very aged out vintage effect. I think you guys are gonna love it when you see it in person, but again, it does add to the softness and overall hand feel to this garment. Here I am wearing a size medium, and I do find that it does fit pretty cropped, very baggy and loose, especially in the raw neck area, and that is only further emphasized, that flowy nature of this garment, by the raw hem details down at the bottom. And now for this last piece from the Gradient collection, we have here the paneled hidden pocket tee. The paneled hidden pocket tee features a flat hemline, an extended shoulder seam for an additionally relaxed fit, drop shoulder design, and is constructed from a wash cotton fabric with panels across the chest with an integrated hidden pocket. Here, I'm wearing a size medium, and I do find it does have an extremely exaggerated oversized fit. Despite that fact, I do recommend going true to size, which is what I did, because that is the overall intention and aesthetic for this piece. Had I gone lower, the garment would have probably been a little bit too small, so go ahead and go true to size. You should be good to go. And that was the last piece from the Gradient collection. I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say about this brand new drop in the comments below. If you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to let me know by liking today's video, and of course subscribing to the channel with notifications on. As I mentioned, I will be providing links to all of the garments featured in today's video in the description below, so be sure to go ahead and shop this collection as well as many other pieces on the Minimal site. And with that to say, I'd like to thank the Minimal community so much for the continued support. We really do appreciate y'all immensely. And with that to say, I'll see you again next week for another Minimal Mondays.